Hi, Keith here from Academy of Bass, and welcome to my weekly bass takeaway, in which you'll learn a new harmonic or rhythmic device every single week that you can plug into your playing and start using straight away. Today's lesson is the second of the music theory series, and if you haven't seen the first lesson, I'll post a link to that below. I really would suggest that you check it out. The whole point of these series is that as you work through every lesson, there won't be any gaps in your understanding, hopefully. So go and check that out, because that way you'll get the most out of this lesson. In the first lesson, I looked at the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F and G, 7 notes. But there were a few notes that I didn't talk about, and that's what I want to focus on today. So we know the names of the notes, we know the distance or the interval between them, and we know where they are on the neck. But for every 2 of those notes that are 2 frets or 1 tone apart, there's a note in between them. And in order to now complete the musical alphabet, we need to know what they are. So I'm going to start from F and G, and I'm looking at this note between them. So if I take an F and raise it by 1 fret or half a step or a semitone, in music we're said to sharpen it. So the sign or the symbol for a sharp is pretty much a hashtag. When we write this down, we always use the note name first, in this case F, and then we use the sharp symbol. So we've got F, F sharp and G. But we can also look at that from a G. So if we take a G and we lower it by 1 fret or a half step or a semitone, we're said to flatten it. The musical sign for a flat is pretty much a lowercase b, or it's very similar. And again, when we write it down, we use the note name, G, and then we follow that by the flat sign. So we've got F, F sharp or G flat, and G. Now, if you're sat there scratching your head thinking, how can you have one note with 2 names? Trust me, don't worry about it, because we're going to learn why in a future lesson, and it's all down to playing in different musical keys. But for now, I would be really happy if you understood that when you take a note and you raise it by a half step, that you're said to sharpen it. And similarly, that when you take a note and you lower it by a half step, that you're said to flatten it. So let's get into learning the rest of the notes now. So we're at G, and the next note is A. So this note between G and A is G sharp or A flat. Now moving on to the A string, and A is the fictional note on the other side of the note. We've got A and B. So the note between A and B is either A sharp or B flat. B to C, there's no note in between them, so there's nothing to find. C to D, the note between C and D is C sharp or D flat. And then finally moving on to the D string, and again open D is the fictional note here behind the note, we've got D to E. So the note between D and E is D sharp or E flat. So that gives us F sharp or G flat, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, C sharp or D flat, and D sharp or E flat. That's 5 notes. So we've got 7 natural notes and 5 new notes, which is 12 altogether. And that's the musical alphabet complete. Everything you do from now on will be focusing on those notes, or fashioning tools from them that you can use in your bass playing. So it's really important that you get to grips with them and learn them. But it's far better to learn 1 new note every single week and really know and understand it than go for too many and not quite get there. So take your time. I'm going to look at something now that's going to really help you learn and understand the notes on the neck. Now, you could use this with the 5 new notes that we've learnt today, but I'm going to focus on the 7 natural notes, A, B, C, D, E, F and G. And quite simply, I'm going to play a 3-note fragment. Now, if this proves a little bit too tough for you, it really doesn't matter. Just play a 2-note fragment. So I'm going to play open E, F and G. And you'll notice that I'm saying the notes out loud, and I would really encourage you to say the notes out loud too, because it really helps confirm your understanding of what you're playing. So I'm playing open E, F and G, F, G and A. So I'm going up 1 note at a time. G, A and B. So I'm not using any open strings either. You can, but I'm choosing not to. So we've got G, A, B, A, B, C, B, C, D, C, D, E, D, E, F, E, F, G, F, G, A, G, A, B, and A, B, C. And as with everything that we play on the bass, we're now going to play this in reverse, so it's great practice to play everything ascending and descending. And trust me, you might think this is going to be easy, but it's going to be a bit of a workout, so we're going to take it slowly. So we've got C, B, A, B, A, G, A, G, F, G, F, E, F, E, D, E, D, C, D, C, B, C, B, A, B, A, G, A, G, F, and then finally G, F, and E. And if you want to give yourself an even bigger challenge, you could say the notes before you play them, or even change the order in which you're playing them too. As with all of the lessons in this series, there's a PDF for this lesson, so I'll post a link to that below. I'm also going to post a link to the first lesson in the blues bass series, so if you like playing blues bass lines at all, check it out, you're really going to love that. And in fact, the best way to make sure that you don't miss out on anything is subscribe to the channel or hit the bell notification. Let me know in the comments what you think of this lesson, or if you've got something that you'd like me to do a series of lessons on. Thanks for joining me today. Look forward to seeing you next time, and in the meantime, happy practicing.